Last week, one of the participants at a conference session that I delivered came to me in an email and said that they had a slight twist on a very common problem. That problem being, how do we compare something from one month to the next? But specifically here, how do we do it if we don't have a unique identifier? Now, in the old days, if we just had VLOOKUP at our disposal, we would have had to combine, in this instance, the account number, the department, and the item ID into one value, maybe put some dashes in between it, and then we could easily compare them against one another. This is a normal thing that we did called creating a helper column. But with the introduction of XLOOKUP, we can now just combine those columns together inside of the function. So here we will be combining and bringing in the budget value from the previous month if the account number, department, and item ID all match the same thing from the previous month. So here, if we go to cell G6 and we go to the Formulas tab at the top of the screen and click on the Lookup and Reference drop-down menu, again, we're looking for XLOOKUP because this is the more advanced function. Something has a bunch of different features built into it. And specifically here, the first feature that we're interested in is the fact that I can take the lookup value and simply click on cell C6, put in an ampersand, click on cell D6, put in an ampersand, and then click on cell E6. And then the second part that's really useful here is that with VLOOKUP, we used to have to say, listen, here's the entire table. And the first column is the column we're looking for. And that's where we would have to have put that helper column in. But now, because we have the lookup array and the return array as two separate things, we can simply say that the lookup array is, once again, in this case, we'll do the I column first. Make sure to press F4 for each of these because we're going to be auto-filling this down. We want to make sure that we lock in the 6 through 33 in this instance, then an ampersand, and we click and select the J column next, again pressing F4 to lock that down, and then finally another ampersand, and we select the K column, again pressing F4 to lock that in. So we are saying if you look at C6, D6, and E6 together, and then look at the I, J, and K columns together, there should be potentially a matching value in I, J, and K for what you find in C, D, and E. And then finally, the return array will be what's in the M column in such a way that it matches the other columns. Now remember, XLOOKUP, number one, automatically finds exact matches. You don't have to go to the match mode and put in a false or 0 value, although we can definitely do that here. I'll go ahead and put in a 0 for match mode to guarantee that it's an exact match. And when we click OK and we autofill that down, we can see that there are matches for a substantial number of these entries. But here's the second part of what she was asking for. She said there are going to be times when there wasn't a budget in the previous month. And in those situations, what we want to do is we want to take whatever the actual is from the F column and multiply it so it's 3% more than that. So what we do here, now that we have this function in here, we click on the f of x button that's next to the formula bar, and we can fill in the if not found with simply cell F6 asterisk and then 1.03. And in that way, if it finds an exact match, it'll return the exact match. And if it doesn't, it returns a value that is 3% higher than the value that's in the actual. So I click OK. And then we autofill that down, and we can see that that fills the rest of those in.